Shahnameh Stories, The Seven Labors of Rostam, Haft-Khane Rostam, The Invasion of Māzandarān. Rostam is considered the greatest of the Shahnameh's heroic characters. Like other legendary heroes such as Hercules, Rostam was a larger-than-life figure who from an early age performed many feats of strength, daring, and courage. His most famous quest is called the Seven Labors, Trials, or Courses of Rostam, Haft-Khane Rostam in Persian, and takes place in the heroic age, when he is called upon to rescue his king Kaykavus, whose foolishness has brought a great deal of trouble to his kingdom and to his people. The story begins when a div, disguised as a minstrel, comes to the court and describes the beauties of his native land of Māzandarān in such a way that Kaykavus is persuaded to invade it. Her gardens bloom with roses all year long. Wild hyacinths, a myriad tulips throng. Her mountain slopes, her climate sweet and clear, not hot nor cold, but springtime all year. Her perfumed air revives the soul, it seems. Rosewater rushes in her mountain streams. Her serving girls are lovely to behold, and there's good hunting there, and wealth and gold. His foolhardy decision is met with opposition from Zal, Rostam's father and senior counsel, who advises against the attack. It is a land of demons, wizardry, smooth lies and spells, and secret sorcery. If you attack them, you won't see again the gold you throw away there, or the men. No one has conquered them, no, not by stealth or by invasion or corrupting wealth. Forget the conquest of Māzandarān. No king has ever thought of such a plan. But Kaykavus, whom Ferdowsi depicts as a vain, inexperienced, and arrogant king, considers himself superior to his predecessors and is convinced that he can outdo them, even though some of them were sorcerer kings. Declaring that the demons of Māzandarān will submit to me, or I shall force them to do so with the power of my sword, Kaykavus set off for Māzandarān, where he ordered his soldiers to kill all the inhabitants and burn the buildings so that the world be emptied of sorcery. When the news of the attack and looting reached the king of Māzandarān, he turned to the white div for help. The white div told him not to despair, as he would come immediately with a mighty army and drive the Iranians out. That night, a black cloud spread over the Iranian army. A huge blanket of smoke descended upon them and blinded them. The king was also blinded. Their spoils of war were looted. Many perished, and he and his soldiers were taken prisoner. The white div then left 12,000 demons armed with daggers to guard Kaykavus and his soldiers. He took all the king's treasure, including his crown set with rubies and turquoises, and sent them with the general of the demon army Arjang to the king of Māzandarān. Tell him that the Iranian king and his army will never look on the bright sun and moon again. I have not killed them, but only so that they will know pain differs from pleasure. They will die slowly, groaning in despair, and no one will pay any attention to their complaints. At the news of the Shah's predicament, the grief-stricken Zal knew that only Rostam could save the king. but that the journey would be difficult and dangerous. You will meet with lions and demons and darkness, he warned his son. You will come upon monstrous things, and your eyes will be bewildered by what they see. May God help you. Rostam's 7 labors in sequence are fighting a lion, finding a spring in the desert, defeating a dragon, a witch, the local aristocrat Olad, the demon Arjang, and finally the white Div himself. Rostam reaches Māzandarān for his 5th trial, where he captures Olad but promises to make him the king of Māzandarān if he helps him defeat the Divs and rescue Kekavus. Olad tells him that the cave where Kekavus is being held prisoner is far away and cautions Rostam against rushing out unprepared to look for him. The journey is long, far, and foul, guarded at every turn with the demons of the king of Māzandarān. There is a cavern midst 200 others, a wondrous place beyond all measurement. And there 12,000 warriors, all Divs, keep watch by night upon the mountain top. Of all the Divs, the white Div, the hope and terror of his troops, is the chief. At his size and strength, even the mountains shake in fear like willow leaves. There are only a few known illustrations of this scene, and of those, 2 depict the blinded Kekavus. This painting from the dispersed Shahnameh of Shah Ismail II that we discussed previously shows the chastised and chained king being reprimanded by the white Div. Although the narrative specifies that he was stripped of his crown, he, his courtiers, and the white Div are richly and ornately dressed. Here, the broad-shouldered, whiskered, and elegant white Div sits cross-legged upon a craggy cliff at the mouth of the cave. Glaring at Kekavus, his unclawed hand admonishes him, while his tall, sharp horns and flared ears indicate his fury. Calm and restrained, the extent of his wrath is communicated by the twisting trees that lash out at the king and the startled leaves, shocked flowers, and animals that peer out from behind the rocks. In this painting, the blinded Kekavus sits at the entrance of the white Div's cave, beneath iridescent, effervescent rocks over which 3 Divs stand guard. 4 bushes lean in beneath the huddle of the surging boulders to eavesdrop as their branches exchange excitedly with the plane tree from under which the white Div delivers his scathing condemnation. Kavus, you are like a willow, fruitless and afraid. You thought you could invade our Māzandarān and seize our land like a maddened elephant whose strength knew no bounds. Not satisfied with your crown, wisdom and good sense have deserted you ever since you occupied the Iranian throne, and you have brought chaos and death to Māzandarān. This is the punishment that you have brought upon yourself. Indeed, the depiction and words of the white Div in these 2 paintings present the white Div not as the monster in most illustrations, but as an elder statesman who is defending his realm after the senseless invasion by the Iranians. As we will discuss in the 7th labor, where Rostam fights the white Div, Ferdowsi specifies that the white Div is so called because of the color of his hair, a symbol of his wisdom, and not the color of his skin. Here, leaning on his millstone, the wizened white Div extends a reproachful human hand as his fang pokes out under the hooked human nose. His restrained anger is felt in the fuming, flaming eyelids that highlight the aggrieved emotion and resentment in his eyes. In the next video, we will travel into the heart of the demon land of Māzandarān, where for his sixth labor, Rostam confronts the demon general Arjang.